second-hand store in Pennacook, NH, and used to bring my white lab mix with me to work. She was sweet and loved everyone. I used to take in consignments here and there. An elderly gentleman came into my store and asked if I would be willing to have an antique spinning wheel that his deceased wife bought at auction from a warehouse in town that was being renovated years before. I agreed. He returned about a week later with the spinning wheel and set it up in the front of the store where you could see it from the large front windows. My store was in a mini mall, sandwiched between a Subway and a hairdresser, so there was all kinds of traffic in front of my store day and night until Subway closed. It was probably a few weeks later and I unlocked the store door and walked in to turn off the alarm. My dog walked in and stopped in front of the spinning wheel. She looked at it, cocking her head from side to side, then wagged her tail. I noticed and watched her. Suddenly, the spinning wheel started to move. I did not think that much of it at first because I figured that it was the wind from the door coming in. I called for my dog so I could get her in the back room. It was an uneventful day until one of the employees came into my store in the late afternoon. I knew her from ordering my subs and we waved to each other when she went on duty. She asked me if I had AC on last night. I did not. It was the start of autumn and there should not have been any circulation of air in the store. I asked why. She told me that a customer came in and asked if my store was haunted. I thought that was odd. She said the customer saw a lady sitting at the spinning wheel and the wheel was moving fast as if it was spinning yarn. The Subway employee just chuckled when she told me this and said she did not want to be late for her shift and left. I chuckled to myself and went about my business. To be honest, I was thinking that it would not be surprising since my store was made up of pre-owned items. Time went by and I completely forgot about the conversation. Until the next morning. I went into the store as usual, and my dog stopped at the spinning wheel and again, the wheel started spinning. It was kind of comforting knowing that a woman was still attached to her beloved spinning wheel. But that comfort was short-lived. I had a busy week of going out and purchasing new items for my store and did not pay any attention to really anything but buying, selling, and rearranging the store for the new items. I needed to finish up some paperwork and the displays, so I came back to work after my son was asleep to finish. That is when odd things started happening. Both of the stores on each side of me were closed and no one but my car was in the parking lot. I walked into the door located on the loading dock when I heard it. It sounded as if there were a room full of people chatting and laughing. I crept into the showroom and the noise stopped. I thought maybe someone was at the hairdresser or Subway and disregarded it. I proceeded to the office and the evening security lights were plenty to see by, so I never turned on the full lights in the store. I sat down at the desk and started to pull out the files when it happened again. My office could see into the showroom and there was no one in there. I got up and walked into the showroom. It was happening all around me. It was loud but joyful. It was like different entities that were attached to the second-hand items were having a party. It was more funny than scary. There was a knock at the loading dock door. The merriment ended. I went to answer the door and it was a friend delivering a desk that I had purchased from a flea market a few days prior. I helped him bring it in and had the perfect spot for it. We moved a few things around and I placed it with an old repurposed chair that I picked up at a garage sale a few months back. I had been waiting for the best piece to pair it with. I walked my friend out and we talked for a while at his truck about a flea market I wanted to visit and needed an extra pair of hands that I would pay him for his time. I entered the store and it was eerily quiet. The chair was not in the same place at the desk. I thought I forgot to put it at the desk. Shaking my head and mumbled that I must be tired. I put the chair back and headed to the office. No sooner than I sat down, I heard something fall. I went into the showroom and the chair was knocked over and a bit away from the desk. Then I heard it. It started low and I had to strain my ears to hear it, but it sounded like an argument. I could not make out the words, but it was a male's voice and another male's voice. Then it got louder and louder. I grabbed the chair to pick it up when the roll top of the desk slammed down. I was in shock. I told myself to be calm. I grabbed the chair, put it back where it was originally, and went into the back room. I found another chair, and this is weird, but I asked it nicely if it would mind being paired up with the desk. Hoping it was fine, I proceeded back to the desk. I said to the desk if it would mind if I paired this chair with it. Nothing. So I slowly put the chair up to the desk and backed away. Nothing. I decided it was too late to work on paperwork and left the store. After that, it changed how I approached the pairings in the store.